Hello, and welcome to the Generation 1 podcast, hosted this month by all three of us, but I seem to be talking right now. I am RobotnikIsSexy, and with me is the beautiful Nick and Matt. You guys can...
Hey, guys. What's up?
Yeah, see.
Now in America.
Now in America, I think, is what he said, right?
Yep.
Yeah. No more. No more is he out of the States. He is inside the States this time. And he's back for some America action. But that is neither here or there, because we have a lot to talk about this month in Generation 1 Pokemon Podcast. And the first topic at hand... Yeah, we'll get a drum machine. The first topic at hand...
I think of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when like the lights come down. Like,
yeah. And of course there was that like that Pokemon question where like somebody didn't know what Jigglypuff was and they get it wrong. That's so old. It's like 2002. But anyway, I do digress. But you know, this is the place to digress. This is a podcast. You just shoot the shit and just talk about whatever, and that's the beauty of it all. But anyway, topic 1, officially the first topic, the Worlds, the VGC tournament that took place somewhere in the world. And the expert on that is going to be Nick, so tell us about it.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm the expert. It happened in Vancouver back in, I think it was early August, mid-August, I don't know, last month. And the champion, now I don't know who the champions are. Masters champion was some guy from Italy.
I mean, no one can not that. So,
wow.
And then I do know that juniors was Brennan Zhang, who is the brother of Aaron Zhang, who got third, I think, due to a really crappy...
He was the American guy, right? They lost to the Japanese.
Yeah. He lost...
Man.
No, wait.
No. He lost to the Italian guy.
It's a real...
Korea and Japan play each other, and I watched that one, and Japan won. It made me angry.
It's a really rocky boxing story there. You know, where Rocky Balboa fights the Russian guy. It's kind of like that, but with Pokemon. These are the jokes.
This was the first time that I think the first time that it was officially streamed.
Oh yeah,
by Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo had trouble with that since they're run by very old men who don't know how the world works.
But it was interesting to watch. It really made me wish that I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looked like so much fun. And the announcer guy like hypes me up before every like round or whatever. I forget the name.
They did a good job picking the announcers this year, unlike last year, where the announcers, at least for the TCG side, were abysmal.
Yeah, they had Jay Witz come.
Yeah, last year there were a couple of people from GameSpot, and they didn't even know what the cards were called. It was bad.
Wow.
Said Junk Arm was still in the format then, and they called it Trash Claw. Professor N. And there were some other ones. It was bad. They really did a much better job actually finding people that knew what they were talking about this year.
And they actually threw up, like when there was an important card that was being played, they would throw up a graphic of it so that the viewers could, because like I'm unfamiliar with a lot of the cards in the format right now. And so I was like, oh, I don't know what that card does. And then Jay was just like, oh, let's put that on the screen. I'm like, oh, yeah, I get to read what this card does now. It kind of helps me understand what's going on.
That's really cool.
I appreciated that.
Yeah, they did a good job, especially for the first year. I think they took a lot of stuff from Star City Games and the Magic, like the official Magic the Gathering tournament, because the coverage for the official Magic tournaments is phenomenal.
Oh, nice.
So I think they got a lot of pointers from that, which is definitely a good thing, because it helped them a lot. It was way better than last year.
It was definitely a lot more viewer-friendly.
Yeah.
But
Oh, do you
Yeah.
know? Do you know what their teams were? Like anything? Any
I
details?
look it up. Let me go to Nugget
You know, the
Bridge.
Chapman guy was based around Thunderous. Like,
Oh,
Oh,
little
Thunderous.
tidbit of information. Aaron Zhang actually follows me on Twitter.
That's a little cool.
Little name drop there.
Yeah, Thunderous is a huge
Uh,
pain in the ass in VGC.
yeah, he
Yeah.
had Thunderous and Landorus and then other guys, but that was like the core of the team was be awful with Thunderous and then win because your opponents hate you.
Yeah, like Prankster Swagger and Thunderwave, such a pain in
Yeah.
the dick. Like
Yeah.
I've encountered that firsthand because I do play VGC casually, time to time.
Yeah, that's how we beat the Korean guy on packs.
Well, and that's how Aaron Zhang lost too.
Like that
But
was.
Like his road Will-O-Wisp
Like
four
four times.
times,
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah,
and then when it didn't miss, it got parahaxed.
yeah.
Let's see. Mean's team. Mean is the guy that won. Italian guy. It had Mammoth Wine, Tornadus,
Oh, yeah.
Gladios, Amogus, Etran,
Oh,
Conkeldurr.
man. Amoongus and Conkeldurr. I love those guys
Yeah,
in VGC.
Conkeldurr worked too. 'Cause it was a really odd choice, they said.
What was an
Yeah.
odd choice,
No.
they said?
Conkeldurr.
Oh, no. If you're running Trick Room, then good game. Like, he's got amazing coverage, and he gets Ice Punch now. So, yeah. And he's got a really good niche with Flame Orb and Guts, since there's an item clause. So you can just throw on a Flame Orb and just get him. I mean, he kind
Yeah, but
of...
he used the Iron Fist
I did use Iron Fist.
ability.
I think so.
I don't know what his set was, but
He-
yeah. I just like Flame Orb. That's a preference.
but anyway,
Did he use Trick Room at all?
Yes. I
I
believe.
don't think so. I don't think so.
Maybe he didn't.
Because Amoongus is good enough to just use.
The other person did, I think.
Because I don't know. I don't know what Iron Fist Conkeldurr
No,
does.
I thought he had Trick Room because he was able to set up and it helped kind of counteract the Tornadoes a bit. All of his paralyzed guys die even faster. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm just remembering it incorrectly because it's been a while.
No, it
Aired it.
says that he countered Trick Room. He did
Oh,
not have Trick Room
okay.
on his
He
team.
he fought Trick Room teams with his slow Pokemon. I get it, like with Conkeldurr. I wonder what kind of set he had though, because Iron Fist. I don't really know what Iron Fist does. Well, I know what it does,
I can tell
but
you what it is.
I don't know what
Makes
his.
Punch stronger.
Yeah, he gets Thunder Punch and Ice Punch now. So yeah, Iron Fist is just good with that. But I do really love how Conkeldurr can absorb status attacks.
His stats were he was adamant and it had 212 HP, 32 attack, 12 defense, 252 special defense. Rain Punch, Ice Punch, Mach Punch, Protect.
Yeah.
Drain Punch.
Citrus Berry for the item.
Drain Punch, Mach Punch,
Ice Punch.
Ice
And
Punch,
Protect.
and Protect. Okay, Protect is always good in VGC. Yeah, I can see that. It's good stuff.
The TCG was good too. Jason Klaczynski won for the third time.
3 times, yeah.
He's the only person that's and then he won again.
I heard that he won without using whatchamacallits.
EXs.
EXs, yeah.
He had it was Garbage. No, it was Gothitelle, Selgor. He probably had a couple EXs, but they weren't the focus.
Yeah.
I forget which one that deck ran. I might have had a Keldeo.
Keldeo just good. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. It wasn't...
And Aggro out of the loop.
Are you completely out of the loop? Yeah, well,
I don't understand anything about the TCG.
I'm sure Ninja remembers, but I played when Black and White was, like, new.
Yeah.
I played for a little bit, and I, like, used... What did I use? That mole guy?
Oh, Excadrill.
Excadrill, yeah. Yeah, so he's not exactly great, but I managed to, like, beat Lightning decks with Excadrill, and that was about it.
I
And they were all bad decks too, because Yeah, I still have a grudge against lightning decks because my friend was buying cards with me at the time, and he was getting all these better cards. Like he got like all these thunderous cards, and I would get like nothing. Like I got a bunch of Embors.
I mean, when Zekrom first came out, it was really good too.
Mm-hmm.
And
he,
original one.
He like
Yeah,
built
came out.
a legit lightning deck, and
Yeah.
I had like this stupid Victini deck that doesn't work because Victini is dumb. And I think I beat him once. But he would usually just throw me around and just trash me with stupid lightning. So I just have a grudge against lightning.
Yeah. Next topic.
Next topic. We are done with Worlds VGC now. Now, ladies and gentlemen at home, we are going to talk about the Mega Starters. Holy cow. We got Mega Blastoise, Mega Charizard, and Mega Venusaur. Did any of you see this coming, first of all?
I mean, I thought that it would be like kind of unfair.
I don't,
Like,
It'd just be, yeah.
I don't
It'd
think
just be kind of unfair for them to like give one starter a Mega Evolution and then ignore all the other ones.
yeah. I mean, I'd expect all of the Hoenn ones at least to get them as well, and probably all of the starters.
Yeah, there was that picture being passed around on Facebook at least that I don't know if any of you saw it. Did you see it, Nick? Where it had like all the
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
and
like
I know exactly what that picture is.
Mm-hmm.
And it apparently had absolutely nothing to do with that.
Yeah, I thought it was phony because Absol and Mawile were not on that list. But they had pictures of like all the starters, and like they had Gengar, Dragonite, and Gyarados.
What it was at the Pokemon what was it called? There was some day in Japan where they got to play the Pokemon game show. Yeah, that's what it is, the Pokemon game show, and they had teams that you could play competitively with, and those were the teams that if you didn't have your own Pokemon, you could use those teams. So it wasn't, and each of the team was focused on a different generation. So it wasn't like it had anything to do with
Okay.
the Mega Evolutions at all.
But
it just happened to be that a lot of Pokemon that were on those teams had Mega Evolutions.
Well, a lot meaning Charizard, Venusaur, and Blastoise. But it's a funny coincidence, though, because that was being passed around like wildfire in all these Pokemon groups, because I'm in plenty. I'm in like a dozen or something. Probably, hopefully less than that. But
As a general rule, I just disbelieve everything I see on Facebook.
I'm not saying that it couldn't happen.
Yeah, that's how I wrote it out with the fairies, but that ended up being real. Which I still need to do something for you, Ninja. I'm thinking of doing a speed art, like doing some speed art videos.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And maybe I'll repay the debt that way. Because we made a bet. The fairies weren't real, and then they were real. And then I had to kill myself.
I think that was the original bet, right?
Yeah.
You had to kill yourself.
Pretty sure. Oh, guys, there goes that partnership.
Anyway, let's talk about these three new ones.
Yeah.
Let's start chronologically here. Let's go
with Venusaur
first.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Charizard, Blastoise.
I don't remember.
Blastoise?
I don't remember. I
think
think
Blastoise
maybe.
was 9. So
I always thought Charizard was not.
I don't think we have
you
to
might
go.
be right.
Well, let's just go with whatever, because I don't care.
You should do Blast though.
Okay, yeah, because it's Blastoise. All right. I'm gonna say something because I'm the super leader of the group today. I think Mega Venusaur is really cool because he gets a thick fat, and that means he's only weak to Psychic and Flying. It's incredible. He's gonna be a super good tank. Like Leech Seed Stall Venusaur is gonna come back in a big way, as long as Smogon doesn't ban all of the Mega Evolutions, which may happen.
I think that's stupid because you can only have one on your team.
Can you only have one on your
Like-
team? I don't know how it works.
Yeah, you can only have one on your team.
Okay, well, yeah, like I was discussing it a little bit with some people in Team Aqua or whatever, and it's like, sure, like a bunch of them probably will be banned. Mega Blaziken, you're out, like probably. But like Mega Mawile and Mega Absol, they're probably fair game. Like I don't think they'll become overpowered. So yeah, and if you can only have one, I didn't even realize that. So that
I
changes.
mean, with the
The
powerful
thing is,
thing they're probably going to be at, I don't think they'll get banned. Just because everything will be super powerful. Because it happens every generation.
yeah,
So,
they're
even
all-
though they seem overpowered now in a 5th gen mindset, by the time 6th gen gets here,
Yeah.
it won't seem as bad.
I want to believe that that won't happen, but you're probably right, because the power creep in Black White surprised everybody. So I'm sure
Yeah.
it'll happen again. But yeah, if you can only have one Mega on your team and you have to use that hold item that you have to activate.
well, I'm pretty sure it's confirmed. I've been following Cerebi a lot, and he basically has explained that they just released in the new trailer that they have to have the Mega Ring, that wristband,
Yeah.
and basically it can only be synced to one Pokemon, so that implies, like, you know what I mean? It strengthens the bond between one of your Pokemon, so that implies that you can't have more than one on your team.
That's really good. I'm really glad to hear that. I was
Can you not change it then? Like once you picked your one guy, that's all you
Well,
get?
I'm assuming it has to do with either Pokemon Me or Super Me, where you either have to redo it, relink it or whatever. Every time you want to do it, you use a different one. I'd be surprised if they didn't allow you to move it around. You know what I mean?
I'm sure it's not a one-time deal. I'm sure it's just you can only have one in your party at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, and I've just been
It would
looking.
be way too ridiculous if you
Yeah.
had 6 Mega Pokemon on your team.
I've been looking for like these, I guess you call them loopholes or something, ways to power down these Mega Pokemon, because, on paper these guys look way too strong, and if you have to sacrifice a hold item, that slows you down a lot competitively, so that's good. But if you can only have one on your team, that changes everything. So that would...
People were saying something about using knockoff,
Yeah, I'm not sure knockoff will work at all. It probably won't.
but I don't think it'll work.
I don't think
It's
it'll work.
It's probably like a
evolution.
consumed item. Like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way that you use this item is completely new and different, so I don't think knockoff will work.
So anyway, back to Venusaur.
Venusaur.
Yeah, poor Venusaur. We've just been ignoring him. I pretty much...
Yeah.
I think
Well, you go, Nick.
he's the weakest out of the 3.
Oh, no.
Looking design-wise.
Oh, design-wise? Yeah, I don't know. He's alright.
Design-wise, like all he did, he got his flower grew a little bigger. He got some 2 little palm trees that grew out too, and a little flower on his head, and it's fine.
I really like
I don't
him. He's got a little pink flower on his forehead now.
I liked him when you could kind of see the inside of the flower more.
And, like, he's got kind of like a palm tree now, because his
Yeah.
flower has grown out. I don't know, I like it. Like, he has little vines hanging down from the palm tree.
I don't know. Just seems. I just think all the Mega Pokemon are over-designed in general.
Really? Because
All of them.
all of them. I could see that for the case of Mega Charizard, but when I first saw Mega Venusaur, I was like, what was different? Because I saw like the back view of it, and it looked the same.
Then
to
once
me.
he looks really similar, but then once you realize what's different, they just added more stuff. That's just the
I don't
design
think
principle with the Mega Pokemon in general is just throw more crap on them.
that that's
I wouldn't say
perfectly.
that.
That is just
Really?
the case. That's just the case
Mega
with
Absol
Blastoise.
isn't that much different than Absol, and Mega Kangaskhan is barely different at all.
Yeah.
Have we seen the official Mega Kangaskhan though? It's only been that one.
No, Mega
screenshot,
Kangaskhan.
right?
No, it was in a video.
Mega Kangaskhan.
It
It's the
shows
same.
him
It just has
coming
the
out of the
baby out.
pocket,
That's
and
like
that's
it.
Okay.
We just said the same
that-
thing at the same time.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
that's true. I mean, even Absol is like they gave him the big flowery wings and the weird face thing.
I think
He's
it's-
not as overdone as the others, but the vast majority of them are just, they just threw a bunch of extra crap on them.
That's so
And
true
that
of
was
Mega
it.
Blastoise, though, because he has extra shells
Oh,
on
we'll
his
get-
shells.
We'll get to Blastoise.
I don't know. I can see your point, Ninja Matt. I could see where you're coming from, but at the same time, I expect them to look way more over-designed than they are. So, in my eyes, they're kind of not over-designed because I just expect them to look terrible. So maybe it's just because I have low standards.
Are you talking about these three or
These
general?
three, the starters in particular, because I expected them to look terrible, but they didn't look too much different from their other more normal forms, which I was happy about.
I do like the. I mean, I like the Venusaur. I like. That's the thing. I like the idea. I just hate the way they executed it and how lazy it was.
Well,
Like, I love the idea of getting more evolutions for stuff that needed it. Even the stage 3 evolutions, like having a 4 evolution chain, that's cool. I like that they're giving them useful abilities. I like all that stuff. But then when I look at them, they look terrible. And I still can't get past the fact that they just threw Mega in front of it, and that's its name.
yeah, the names are terrible.
Or the item.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird. Like,
They just added "ite" to the end of the name, and like that's the item now.
yeah, I don't know. I'll have to wait and see what it's really like because I don't know all the information yet. I also feel like no matter how bad this seems, I will grow on it, or I will grow to like it more. Like, kind of like with Black White Pokemon, because everybody was kind of up in arms with them.
I mean, if they're good, I'll use them competitively. But I don't think I'd put them on my team, most of them, just because I hate the way they look.
Like I said on your Facebook, this is a repeat of last month, where everybody else hates everything and I like it.
No, this is not a
You guys both liked it. I'm the one that hated everything.
See, Matt hates everything. I'm middle ground. Aggro loves everything. That's the way it works. I'm like the normal guy where it's like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
I don't love everything. I don't like Venusaur. I think Venusaur is the lamest out of Mega Evolution so far.
because they
I
didn't
think,
do more to it.
I don't know. I think
No,
he's the
because it just
best.
doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know. I just think it just looks lame. I don't find it aesthetic. I don't like Venusaur very much to begin with, so
I love Venusaur.
Yeah, I love Venusaur too.
It's like a giant lizard frog.
Yeah, but
Mega Charizard.
yeah, enough about poor Venusaur. Let's give him a break.
Charizard's the one that I like the most.
He's alright.
Three. I don't like the big horn thing they gave him, and I don't like the Garchomp arms, but I really like the rest of it.
Yeah, he does have Garchomp arms. I thought that was kind of dumb, but the rest of him is alright.
I like how his wings are like ripped.
Yeah,
I mean,
like tail a lot too, like the jagged tail. They
and I do like his mouth. How it is. I don't know. I just like his jaw looks different. You know what I mean? Maybe it
Yeah,
doesn't look
his jaw
different.
is different. Like, instead of being red, it's like yellow. Like, his belly just goes up. It's weird. I'm not sure if I'm super happy about that, but it's kind of whatever. It's like,
I like this one the most of these three, though. And it's mostly the wings. The wings really do look great. How they are now, with the kind of ripped appearance. And he gets drought, so it'll be better. I still
Oh,
think
yeah.
will be better than him.
That reminds me. Everybody in the NeoGaf thread was like bashing it and saying like it's still gonna be useless because it's fire fire gonna take 50% to stealth rock. And so I was like thinking about it and I'm like, well, they say that his special attack like drastically increases when he Mega Evolves. So if you lead with Charizard and use Protect, protect and mega evolve.
I
You
don't
get
think
drought instantly.
I don't think Mega Evolving takes a turn. I think it happens
Yeah,
outside
you
of.
have to, but you use an attack with it. So if he's getting outsped because he's holding the Mega Stone. So you use protect and evolve in the same turn. So he Mega Evolves and then protects, and then it brings in drought, which is like it's kind of like the same thing as switching into a drought. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then-
I'm not really sure how it works, but if that's the way it works, that's fine. Yeah.
It is how it works. There's videos on it.
Okay. Because I know that Mega Evolving doesn't take a turn. Like, it just happens? Or does it take a turn?
No, it's there. Okay, there's videos out there, and I'll link it to you after we're done. But there's people that have not even press, just regular people have been able to play this because they have taken it to Gamescom and other places, and there's been a demo.
Mm-hmm.
And in the demo, the professor gives you a Mewtwo that has the item, and it can Mega Evolve. And when what happens is it gives you like the buttons expand, and there's a new button that says has the little symbol.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Evolution. You click that button, and then your attack, and then when the turn commences.
Oh, when the
you
turn
Mega Evolve,
commences,
and
then you
do your attack.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
I was wondering how that worked. Okay, that makes sense.
So that's what I'm saying. If you use protect,
Yeah.
you will then evolve, then protect, then you get drought, and
And if
the,
you're
the set that this is the set that I came up with, and this is pure speculation because I don't know if it would work or not, at all. But basically, because he has the special attack boost when he Mega Evolves, you can just ignore special attack investment almost completely, and put a lot of defense investment. So I did like
speed.
218
Yeah.
defense and 200 special defense, 90 special attack with a timid nature, so that he can still be pretty quick and still have a good special attack while having some decent defenses when being Mega Evolved.
Okay. Yeah, well, it all depends on what his base stats turn into. Because if you can Mega Evolve and just double your stats, then that's like getting a free agility up. It's definitely worth it. Like, if Charizard becomes faster...
Because if he's still on base 100 speed, he's going to die,
Yeah, he's going to have to be faster. He looks like he's faster. We'll just see. We'll just see what happens, what his base stats are like. That's another thing I'm really worried about Mega Pokemon in general, because we just don't know what their base stats are, and Mega Lucario can one-hit KO like anything in the game with adaptability close combat. So, like, I'm really worried about that. Because, like, that's based on Lucario's stats as is. Like, we're not even getting into the fact that his attack and speed will probably be stronger. So, yeah, but a lot of people just like to hate on Charizard. I'm not sure if they're purposely trolling or if they really don't like Charizard. I can understand not liking Charizard, but I've been using him lately and he is a lot of fun. But yeah, if you can just...
No, I mean, Drought will definitely make him better.
Yeah, like...
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it'll make better than Ninetales, but...
I don't know. But yeah, I made a
You may
comment...
go up a tier.
No, he'll go up all the
Make-
tiers. All you need is a good ability. It's been shown time after time. It doesn't matter what your stats are. If you have a good ability, it's just like the card game. If you have a good ability, you're going to be OU. And because, like,
Yeah, but-
I made a comment...
I mean, the problem is when someone else also has that ability and does it better than you.
Yeah, well,
then
that's
you're not
fine.
gonna-
I mean, then you have an option to use one or the other. But yeah, like, I made a comment in Team Aqua, I think, well, everybody's hating on Charizard and stuff, and I'm like, you have to consider the fact that Politoed and Ninetales were NU before they got these abilities.
Right.
Like, they were
I mean-
bottom of the barrel, and then they just skyrocket to OU. I think
That's
it's...
because no one else did that at the time. Like, now they do that. So if Charizard's doing what Ninetales does, only worse. So I'm not saying he's going to stay NU, but I
No way.
think Ninetales will probably be better.
Well, you have... Yeah.
than he is.
You have to also realize, and I know you probably know this, but the Mega Pokemon are going to get much higher stats, so it's going to be way better than Ninetales stat-wise. Like, even though it's weak to rocks, yes, that's going to be a problem, but its stats are going to be humongous.
That's the biggest thing, though, with other starters. You need to be able to switch them in as many times as possible.
Yeah, but the way he works, he won't be able to switch in and just pop a drought. You won't be able to switch in and get a drought up. You have to click the thing and use a
That's another
turn.
reason. Just use Ninetales.
Yeah, but that's But I'm saying he's good with Ninetales on a drought team.
Yeah.
Like, if your
I mean,
Ninetales
he might-
dies, then just pop a drought. Like, use Protect,
if
click the
he's-
button.
If
yeah.
he makes it to OU, it's not going to be... I don't think he's going to be replacing Ninetales as the weather, as the weather guy.
Yeah, definitely not in
go-to
singles.
team.
Definitely not in singles, but in VGCs, I mean, where Protect is on every set, I think he'll be better than Ninetales in VGC. But yeah, in singles, Ninetales is still better because he can just switch in, change the weather.
It makes me wonder if when you switch Mega out, if they stay Mega Evolved.
I really hope they stay because that would be really dumb.
I do too.
But we'll see. There are just so many unanswered questions. But let's see.
It just would make the most sense because it defeats the purpose of having the drought on him if you can't switch. You know what I mean?
But then again, if you have
Almost.
to change him again, that's just more ways to get your drought up. Like, you could just pop your drought over and over. Make him even more useful, in a way. But I don't know. It's like having to take a turn to use Sunny Day, but your Sunny Day lasts forever. So, it's kind of worth it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's talk Mega Blastoise now, maybe.
Before Matt goes on a tirade,
Uh-huh.
he's my favorite.
I like
think
him.
he's awesome.
I just like all of them. Like, I'm not super crazy about them. I'm not gonna like laminate a poster of them and be like, these guys are the best thing since ever. But you know, they're all right.
I'm just saying, out of these three, he's my favorite.
I don't understand how anybody loves this thing.
He's so ridiculous.
Everybody loves this thing, and I think it is the stupidest looking thing I've ever seen.
He's got little shells for arms.
Mega Gun is the second most phallic thing I've ever seen in Pokemon, and no one has mentioned it.
No.
It's a cannon. How is it? That is not even.
It is super phallic.
Like, unless his balls unless
at
his whole body is balls, that's the only thing I can see. Those are big ass balls. I don't know. It doesn't work for me.
So giant. Like, how does he even stand up?
Because he's freaking awesome. He's a kick-ass
He's a
turtle. And
His
he's
shoulder
like,
cannons just look so much better. And the arm cannons with the shells on the arms on cannons. It's just, I hate it. It's so stupid. And the worst part is, in the video, he doesn't even use the cannon when he uses his attacks. He still shoots the water out of his mouth.
I didn't even watch the video, but that just makes me laugh. I'm like, really? I'm sure he will use the cannons. I hope.
Why? Explain why you like it, please.
Because
I just think it's awesome.
it looks
I don't-
badass. Like, sure, it
It's a
does.
giant tank. I mean,
Yeah, Matt thinks
I
it
don't
looks like
understand
ass
what-
bad.
I mean,
I don't know. I think it's cool. He has kind of a like I'm going to kill you kind of thing. Like just from a
and you got a goatee.
yeah, you got a freaking like he's got a conkeldurr thing going on. Or he's got like a goatee. He just looks like he's gonna mess you up. And I will agree.
The blue turtle shell from Mario Kart turned into a Pokemon.
He looks like he's just gonna fall over because the cannon's so heavy.
If they ever make toys, he
Can't
will
get up
fall
with
over. Which they will. But I don't know. I agree with Matt. He's over-designed as Sin, but I like it. I don't know.
I don't even think this one was that designed.
No,
it's just
it
that
is.
cannon.
He's got
It's the worst.
every part of his body has a cannon on it.
Yeah,
Like, it's what you said
Why didn't
before,
you
just
get eyeball
maxed out.
cannons?
I'm surprised they didn't give him a cannon penis.
Like,
Like,
wouldn't it have
basic.
been cool to like if he got like a little cup that was a shell, like on his crotch? Like, why not? He already has 3 shells. Give him more shells.
I think that this is probably the worst Mega Pokemon I've seen
I
yet.
I don't know about worst yet, but worst of these starters. I don't know.
I think by far worse. I like this. Like, I'm less upset at Ampharos than I am this.
Worse
And
than-
Ampharos just got a wig.
Yeah, well, there's some beauty in that, in the fact that he didn't change at all. He just put on a hairpiece. So he's not over-designed, he's just got some hair.
Yeah.
And that makes him a dragon, evidently. Beautiful stuff. Poor Blastoise. I don't know. I like him. I can see why you like Charizard the most, because he does look the least overdesigned. He just looks like he's got bigger wings and kind of a longer body, sort of thing.
I guess his ability to do is just make his moves stronger.
Oh, his ability, yeah. Someone
Yeah.
explained this to me on my page. Pulse, whatever. It makes any attack with pulse in its name stronger.
Oh, okay.
Which leads me to
So
believe...
maybe he might get Dragon Pulse.
So I'll probably get Dragon Pulse. I'm sure those can all the Pulse moves.
I don't know
Yeah,
how that's
Pulse?
going to work, because he doesn't learn any pulse moves, and I doubt they're going to give him any, but they will probably give him his own pulse attack that hits for like 120 or something, and he'll, you know, they'll give him a special super water pulse, and then he'll use
That'd be
that.
good.
Yeah, like that's the only...
Negative Pulse.
90 base power would be really good if it keeps the chance
Oh, hold
to
on.
confuse as well.
Hold on.
They'll probably just call it Mega Pulse. Let's be honest.
Hold on a second.
So cynical.
Hold on a sec.
No, I'm calling it now. There will be an attack called Mega Pulse. Only Mega Pokemon can learn it.
Did you take them away? Take them away.
In the credits, I can say credit goes to Ninja Death Strike.
For Mega Pulse?
Mega calling it now. It's a thing.
Maybe. I don't know. These names are dumb, so I don't expect them to get any better. So,
Yeah.
Mega Pulse, sure. Maybe Pulse Blast. I don't know. Whatever.
Oh, Mega Pulse. Pulse Blast. Too much thought.
Too much thought. Okay, so
Mega Pulse.
we've talked to death about these Mega Starters. Let's go to Pokemon Bank / Poke Transporter. These new Pokemon apps that you have to get for your 3DS.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's go to, where is it? Okay, here we go. I'm on Therapy, so I'm going to read what it officially says. Pokemon Bank is a piece of downloadable software that allows you to store various Pokemon X and Y games on the internet. So basically, it's cloud storage for your Pokemon. It requires a yearly fee of 500 yen, which is roughly $5.
Yeah, but we
US
don't know if
dollars.
that's going to change, though.
It also, what's that?
I was just speculating. We don't know if it's going to be $5 or not, but we'll talk about that later. Because the yearly
I don't know why
fee,
it would charge one thing for somebody and one other thing for somebody else. It doesn't make sense.
maybe it's just because I'm really cheap, but I don't want to pay at all.
For a year, $5 for a year.
We don't even know if it's going to be $5. That's just...
It won't be much more, I think.
If it's 500 yen, it's not going to be much more than $5.
Yeah,
Like, they're not going to make it more expensive for the American audience.
probably not.
That would be...
I mean,
completely
if it
different
was
anyway.
$5 a month, definitely not. But for a year, that's really bizarre.
It's
Like,
like 13 cents a day.
why
0.13
would you
cents.
even have a yearly fee of $5? It seems so pointless. Why don't they just charge a lot or charge a little bit
Because-
more for the app?
Because it probably costs them nothing to make.
Well, the app,
if,
yeah,
You know,
but the
if
thing is,
even
the server
100,000 people buy it, that's $500,000 for a very little work.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I just have a problem with it.
But assuming that you don't want to, if you're stingy enough to not pay $500 or $500, I'm assuming they 500 yen, $5 for a whole 365 days. There's a 30-day trial period, up until January 31st, where it's free. So if you want to try it out and transfer your Pokemon, you can do that if you don't want to pay for it for one time.
I'll try to not use
which is
it,
good.
but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you won't need to use it, but there've got to be at least 100 new Pokemon. So filling your boxes is going to be easy. So,
But also they have backups, so you can't transfer hacked guys.
yes.
The thing that
But a lot of people's boxes.
Which
the thing that I'm excited about for this is that, like, on my Black 2 right now, I do a lot of shiny hunting or whatever. But the thing is when X and Y comes out, I can store those shinies and then restart my file and then withdraw them. So, like, it basically allows you to reuse your own cartridge without the needing to trade with other people.
yeah,
So,
that's
like,
definitely cool.
I almost think you might be able to get the starter, put it up on your box, start over, put the starter in a new game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
assuming that you can do it early in the game.
let me just stress that I thought that Pokemon Bank and Poke Transporter were the same thing. Apparently they're not. Poke Transporter is the app you use to send your Pokemon to Black and White to X and Y, and that one is free, right?
Well, the Pokemon Transporter, or Poke Transporter, moves the Pokemon from Black and White to the cloud, to the Pokemon box, or bank, or whatever.
So you have to have Pokemon Bank to use the Poke Transporter.
Yeah.
So it is exactly what I thought. You have to pay in order to send your Pokemon.
Unless you do it before January 31st.
Yeah, I don't know. Just on principle, I have a problem with that, but yeah, whatever.
I mean, if you think about it, there's going to be how many people playing this game, and how many people are going to want to...
Half the population of the world, maybe?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, and you got to imagine, like, what's the bandwidth going to cost them to, you know what I mean, and the server upkeep and all that stuff. I'm not saying that it's not, like...
Yeah.
I'm not saying that they couldn't afford it, but I understand, and I think $5 is negligible.
It is negligible, but on principle, I have a problem with it. But, you know, if it has to be that way, then so be it. I mean, especially if they've added, like, 150 or more new Pokemon. It's just going to be so many Pokemon to store.
And I think the idea is ideally they wanted it to be long-term, too, to go past Gen 6, where this is the storage system that's going to be accessible for the rest of...
The life of Pokemon.
Yeah, the life of Pokemon. So,
which I think is really cool because, you know, I mean, it's just you can get rid of your old games and not worry about your Pokemon when the new game comes out, or I mean, if you want to, you know what I mean, if you want to get rid of them. But I think it's really cool. I think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool idea. I think it's almost necessary to have. Like, like, how many boxes did we get in Black and White? We got, like,
27?
27? That's a lot of boxes. So you could probably deal with just catching Pokemon in the game. But, yeah. Oh,
I imagine there's going to be more boxes in this generation, just because they're adding more Pokemon. So I would bet there's going to be around 30, 32 boxes in-game.
I'm going to bet right now that they're exactly the same amount of boxes. Because, like, 24 is a lot. So
27's barely enough. No, like, if I loaded up my game, it's barely enough. Like, I have all the more... I have all the Pokemon.
Well, then that forces you to pay the $5 to use the Pokemon Bank. So there you go.
What?
So then you have to use the Pokemon Bank. If it's barely enough. Oh, you're talking...
No, my argument is that I have 2.5 free boxes on top of the 649 Pokemon. So that's only, you know, an extra 60. So that puts me at 709. Right? And if there's more than 709 Pokemon, that guarantees there's going to have to be more than 20, you know, whatever boxes. There's no way it's going to be the same amount of boxes as Black and White 2.
Well, I hope there are more boxes, but I'm not going to hold my breath, as usual. But yeah, the Pokemon Bank will probably have 1 million boxes, because it's a cloud thing.
30, or something like, no, 100.
100 boxes?
Yeah.
100 boxes.
3,000
Pokemon.
Yeah, so, yeah, go full hog with that.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get your full $5 worth every year. If you're anybody like me who just plays Pokemon for years and years and years.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, definitely.
It's for the hardcore.
And it's
not
worth
for
the
the
$5.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That's why I don't understand why people have a big problem with it. If you're a big fan of Pokemon, it's not that much money.
Yeah, I know it
isn't
isn't
that.
that. It's just. You have to understand how cheap I am. I don't want to pay for anything.
Well, then you don't have to.
I know. I'm gonna try. But if it comes down to it, if I need to, then I will. We're gonna play it by ear. Like I said.
Andy, I will give you $5. I will mail you a $5 bill.
Yeah.
But they even gave you a full month for those who didn't want to pay to transfer their stuff over.
Yeah.
I don't understand. They did, like, I'm the first one to criticize Nintendo, obviously. I think they do something dumb. And they went out of their way to make this affordable and not even force you to use it.
Yeah, like, I don't think this is dumb.
Either.
I think this is fine. I'm not criticizing them. It's just, or maybe I'm just highlighting how cheap of a person I am. But anyway, it's fine.
This isn't EA levels of bullshit here.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
this is pay to
They're bringing
play.
it to the main game where you start with $1 and then it costs $1 for each other box.
Yeah, they're not going to EA the shit out of it, but, you know.
Yeah.
It's a pay to win game now.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
Cautiously.
You have to pay. It's
Well,
$1 for each species extra after the starters and the first.
You want a Pikachu? That'll be $1.
Yeah.
Well, Pokemon needs money, and
even
Nintendo needs money.
Masuda is on the free DLC bandwagon. If you aren't, like, he refuses to create DLC that you have to pay for. So I don't think this is indicative of anything at all. I just think it's them trying to mitigate cost of servers and things like that for the future of this feature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, it's fine. Do you want to go to the next topic, the llama alpaca Pokemon?
Yeah, let's talk about the llama.
The llama. It was in a little clip in the new video thing. There was a new
Split second.
A split second. You see this little llama guy. He's really cool looking. That's
You know what its name's gonna be?
something
Mega
awful.
something.
Something awful, I'm sure.
What'd you say?
Lamamon.
Llama-mon. This is
Wait,
Lamamon.
what was the guy's name? It's gonna be named Kuzco.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
I'm trying to think of like a Lampaka.
Lampaka? That's good. I like that.
Lamamon.
Are you just going off of the Alamamala?
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of the black-white Pokemon names just seem to be out of left field. Like Alamamala, it's like, really?
Clang, 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 clang.
Yeah, I know that the series has been taking a bit more of a Digimon turn, but I don't think they'll be adding Mon to the names, unless they have already. There's Hitmonchan.
I think
there's Mon in the middle, but
if they made a Mega Evolution for Kling Klang, I think it should just be a clock.
we'll see.
Clang clock.
Make a clock.
So what do we think about this guy?
It looks cool. I like the design.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I hate all of the mega designs, I generally like a lot of the new Pokemon design.
Especially Litleo.
Especially not Leo.
If he turns into a
It's gonna
Manticore,
come up every episode.
It is.
well, you had to bring it up, Nick.
He was in the process of saying it as I said it.
As I was also saying it. Like,
That's
we
what
both
I'm
knew immediately. That's where
Oh.
I knew it was coming.
They got the mind meld thing going on.
Yep.
I can't be blamed for that.
Mind crush.
it looks pretty cool, though. I think probably normal type. Maybe another type.
It's probably going to be a fairy type because there's a severe lack of fairies.
Apparently all the Pokemon are fairies, so...
Yeah. Well, it seems to be almost all of them are fairies, so, you know.
I mean, I guess they have to introduce a bunch.
Well, that's what I was
and
saying. Like,
5 generations of other things.
that's what I said last generation one, that I was worried that they weren't going to do enough, so I'm glad that they're just tacking on fairy to everything. Which, by the way, Mega Absol is a fairy.
It is?
Yeah.
Dark fairy.
I believe it was confirmed.
You sure?
Or not Absol, sorry, Mawile.
Oh, Mega Mawile.
Yeah, Mawile
Maybe awesome.
is.
I could see Apple being a fairy though as well.
I wanted
actually.
it. I really want
The
it
way
to
they
be
designed
fairy
it.
dark. But I believe that it is confirmed just pure dark. But the Mega Mawile is
Looking at-
confirmed fairy, so
Yeah, Absol's just dark.
he's just dark.
Although Magic Bounce makes me happy.
Oh, is that what it got?
It got magic
Yeah.
bounce, but I'm
That's really good.
wondering how that's even gonna work because you can't switch into hazards because of how the Mega evolving
Yeah,
happens.
That does make it much less good.
That makes it way less
Unless
good.
Unless it stays evolved.
Mega Evolution stays for the whole battle.
Yeah.
Unless it stays with the whole
That's
battle. Yeah.
Then it gets Wonder Bounce too, right?
What do you mean?
The move Wonder Bounce.
Oh,
It's Wonder. It's Magic Bounce, but or Wonder
Maybe.
Wonder something something.
Uh,
Wonder Code. I think that's what it's called.
Magic, no, wait.
What is it
no, I
called?
don't know. It's Magic Wonder Code Bounce.
Magic Coat.
It's essentially it's the move that does the same thing
It's-
as Magic Bounce.
It's Magic Coat. I believe.
Magic Coat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you can transform and then just attack, then your stats are gonna go so much higher. I'm
It's attack and speed.
Yeah. So then why don't you just attack while you
Sucker
transform?
Punch too. So even
Yeah.
the worst case, if it stays evolved, first turn you Sucker Punch to transform it.
Yeah. So having to use
And then
protect to
you bounce.
transform seems like it might be a waste unless it's VGC, but we'll see. So we'll see what happens. So the Llama Man.
So you get all those.
Yeah. There's not much to say about it.
Yeah.
Looks cool.
He looks cool. That's it.
I don't know anything about it.
Do you want to go on to the last topic? The last.
There is a last topic.
Yeah.
The height meter.
I don't know when we're
Oh.
gonna upload this. Presumably tonight or tomorrow, maybe. But
Probably tomorrow because I have to go to sleep.
it's
after.
only like
me too.
35 days until XY, so that's the last topic. It's not really a topic. It's a surprise, not topic. Only just a little over a month.
Mm-hmm.
What's your hype level?
I'm honestly not that hyped. I mean, I'm excited about it, sure, but I'm not jumping up and down on a mattress. I'm like, yeah, I will play the shit out of this, guaranteed. But I'm not gonna be like bugging my friends about it. I don't know. Very middle.
A friend of mine and I have already asked off for the day off of work. We're meeting up at like 9 o'clock for breakfast, going over to GameStop, getting the game, and then playing it all day together.
Oh, yeah. I'll play it all day with my sister, I'm sure. I'll play it with my sister because she and I are going to get it. I assume my two friends who pseudo care about Pokemon a little bit, I'm sure they'll get it if they can. I don't know. I had two friends that played Pokemon in real life, but they've recently slowed down on it a lot, which, I can't really blame them for that. I actually dragged them to a Pokemon tournament, and I think they might have had a really bad time because they didn't play competitively for years. So like they were trying to bring like Darmanitan and stuff, which really goes to show because like he's been underused for a while now. But that last time they played he was OU, so they were just completely out of the loop. But I give them Pokemon and stuff, so maybe they'll get it and play it. But I expect to play it mostly with my sister, which is fine. Because her and I have been playing Animal Crossing a lot. Because our lives are filled with wonderfulness and important things.
Yeah. I'm fairly excited for it.
Yeah.
I would have to say less than Black and White, though.
Less than Black and White. I don't know.
Pretty excited for Black and White.
And back with my love of everything, this is the most I've been excited since like 2 or 3.
Again, I'm the middle guy because I gotta say, I don't know. I can't remember how excited I
I'm still
was.
looking forward to playing it a lot. I'm not like at the point where I'm not gonna buy it, but I think it's just because I've had so much else going on. I've been really busy.
You've had an
lots
incredible
of other stuff to think about,
Yeah.
so I haven't really had any time to get myself excited for it.
Oh, we could have a surprise sixth topic. The 2DS.
I'm really tired.
The 2DS.
It's-
Is it a coincidence they're releasing it like on the same day of Pokemon? Think about it.
I think it looks stupid and is completely impractical.
I'm glad that you think
I don't
that.
even know what is it. I don't even know what it is.
It's 2DS, and it doesn't do 3D. And it's just a big slab of plastic. It doesn't fold.
It doesn't fold. It's basically a 3DS that doesn't fold and doesn't have 3D.
It's kind of like a...
Doesn't old? That seems awful.
And I see people walking into GameStop. Where are all the 2DS games? This thing plays 3DS, but it's a 2DS.
I can...
3DS
I
is
don't
better
know.
than 2DS, right? It's 3, not 2.
I mean, I don't mind not having a 3D because I always turn mine off anyhow.
Yeah, and it's going to
But,
be...
that is super ugly.
It is going to be considerably cheaper, which is more
Yeah.
the point. Because, like,
Yeah,
I think Nintendo has... Well, they know that Pokemon is basically their entire... Their whole deal is like Mario and
It's a
Pokemon.
system seller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know that it's for the kids. Even though us 25, 26, 27, 28-year-olds still play it a shit ton, they want to make a system that is cheaper and sturdier than the 3DS. Because the 3DS, you drop it and that shit is done. Like, it's just broke. So this thing is a big, thick slab of plastic. Kind of looks like a... It reminds me of a Game Boy. Although it's too big to put in your pocket. That's the only thing I really have a problem with.
Yeah, I can't believe it doesn't even fold. Or like, the screens look the same size as the 3DS
The screen...
I think it's...
or smaller.
I believe the dimensions are going to be the same screen size as a regular 3DS. But I
Yeah.
wish they made it smaller so it could fit in your pocket. And I'm sure they'll make... Of course, they'll make another 2DS that's smaller. They'll fit in your pocket after this. Because that's just the way they roll.
2DS Lite.
I think this is another... what was that thing? It's another Game Boy Micro.
Boy.
But it's the opposite of Micro. It's huge.
No, I mean, it's a gimmick, and it won't last very long.
It's a gimmick, but
I don't
I
think.
understand because it's... I believe it's going to be sturdier than the 3DS and cheaper, so it's better for the kids. And I believe that is pretty much all that's about. But also, to the 2DS's advantage, I think it's going to be more comfortable for adult males who have really big hands. Because you'll just be able to wrap your fingers around that.
The 3DS is just extremely uncomfortable no matter how you hold it.
Yeah, if you hold the 3DS for very long, your fingers are gone. So,
Yeah.
I think this looks a lot more comfortable to hold, to its credit, but it also looks like shit. So, yeah,
Looks that comfortable to hold.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
I don't... I'm
I mean,
not
I'm
interested in it. So.
It doesn't really matter.
It looks
I
a bit
think
more
that's
comfortable,
3DS.
but maybe, I don't know.
I have a 4DS.
Can it travel through time? Because is that an app you have to pay annually, like $5 a year? Travel through time? It's worth every 13 cents a day to travel through time? That's pretty good. I believe we're at the end. This is it. We talked about everything, so
In about an hour and minutes.
yeah, it's been about an hour. Probably not exactly because I'm gonna cut a lot of stuff, but yeah, you guys don't have to hear about that. If you enjoyed this video,
But yeah.
this Generation 1 podcast, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you don't, we'll kill you. So just think about that.
Actually, we won't do anything. We won't even know.
Yeah, I love saying that. It's like, if you don't subscribe, I will do nothing. So watch out. Watch out.
Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, later.
Yeah,
guys.
if you listen to all of this, you get an internet cookie. And yeah, see you later.
You get a 2DS.
That would be such a deal. Resell that thing on the internet. But yeah, that's it.
Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.